Hi, my name is Jasmine. As you can tell from the title above, I'm going to be talking about my autoimmune disease. The autoimmune disease that I have is called dermatomyositis. In 2017, in March, I went with my boyfriend and all of his family to Rosarito. I think we might have left on a Thursday. The Friday that my chest was like bright red, like, and hot. It was like really red, like, and it didn't look like a rash or anything. It just was like really red and just like a circle right here. Nothing else seemed to be wrong with me. The weekend after, I get up, I go to take a shower and brush my teeth, and I see my whole face is swollen. I went to urgent care and they just told me I was having an allergic reaction. It was just really scary. I didn't know what I had. I was sick for a long time. The job where I was working at through a temp agency, they fired me for missing too much work. It's not like I was just calling off just to fucking call off. I would go into work face swollen and they would see. I was so sick that my legs and the muscle in my legs, it was deteriorating. One time I went downstairs with my coworker and I went to go get a water bottle and she had to carry the water bottle for me. I couldn't carry a fucking water bottle. After I was fired, I was home trying to, do stuff still, but at the same time trying to rest, because the doctors would tell me to rest, but at the same time I can't just be home doing nothing. So my legs were so bad to the point where I got stuck in the restroom on the toilet, home alone. My phone, I just had to pee really quick, so I didn't sit there and take my phone. If you lie that you don't use your phone on the toilet, you're a liar. I just had to go to the restroom really bad, so I left my phone in the bed. By the time I walked over there, sat down, I got stuck. I couldn't get up. I had to go and get handles for the toilet seat so I can push myself off. Those stopped helping me, and I had to buy a toilet like when kids are being potty trained, they have the toilet seat that goes on the toilet to make it smaller, the hole. Well, I had one. It's for old people and it's like this high, and I had to use it so that way I could sit down and get back up, because the handles just were not doing it for me anymore. And then finally I seen my rheumatologist, and I love her. She was able to do tests, and she narrowed it down to a few things. And fuck, I didn't think I was gonna cry during this. She told me I was gonna be seeing a surgeon because they were going to do a muscle biopsy on the weakest part of my body. So I had to go and do a whole body MRI. They did the biopsy on my leg. They did 2 biopsies on my face. They took a piece of skin from here and a piece of skin from like over here. And they sent it out to the lab, and they determined that I have dermatomyositis. I'm so sorry. I didn't think I was gonna fucking cry. Oh my god. Come on, bitch. Get it together. Okay, I got sick at the end of March, and I was diagnosed not until August of 2017. So that's a long fucking time to be sick, not knowing what the fuck is going on with you. I couldn't pick up my arms, like past here, I couldn't pick them up. You don't realize what you take for granted. One time I was just so irritated, I couldn't even shower by myself. I couldn't get into the shower by myself. I couldn't. And so there was one time where I couldn't fucking drive. How it seems so little, but when you can't drive yourself somewhere, it's such a pain in the ass. You have to depend on people. You have to ask people for rides. It's so horrible. So I couldn't drive. I was so irritated. I couldn't wash my hair. My hair was way longer than this. I was just so frustrated. I got out of the shower, shampoo still in my hair, and I took an Uber. I got dressed. Took me, oh, by the way, took me like maybe 30 minutes to get dressed by myself. Oh, what a struggle. I got dressed. I got an Uber. I went to the closest salon near me, and I cut my hair up to here. Mind you, my hair was like up to down here. So I literally cut like this much hair off because I was just so fed up. I could not, for the life of me, wash my hair. Like within a minute, my arms were just throbbing and hurting so bad. And I'm just really thankful. Trying to get through this. I'm just really thankful for my doctor because she was able to catch what I have. Even though I got really bad, she was still able to catch it before it worsened. For the longest time, and still I haven't, for the longest time, I did not want to Google what I had. I did not want to Google it. Then one time, I don't remember, somebody that I had on Facebook, they posted something like about a GoFundMe page. And on the GoFundMe page, I went, I looked, I donated like $5. And then after, it was really late. I couldn't sleep. I was always having insomnia. So I was like, well, instead of Googling it, maybe I could just read other people's stories on GoFundMe. Like, I'm sure somebody has to have put a GoFundMe for this. Somebody. So I typed it in on GoFundMe, Dermatomyositis. And sure enough, there was so many people who had it. And they couldn't even walk. Like, they stopped being able to walk. And I thank freaking God that I didn't get that bad and that I'm able to walk today. And even though I still have my struggle here and there, I try to live my life like I'm not sick. I still go out, I still drink, I have a boyfriend, I work now. After I stopped working at the health insurance company, I was able to get disability. I had disability for about a year, and then I was without disability, not getting anything, behind on my bills, the worst. And then I started looking for a job, and now I'm at the job that I'm at right now. He's very lenient on me because I do have treatments that I have to go to every 6 weeks, and the doctor understands, and I couldn't be more grateful for that. Since I've been diagnosed, I've started treatment, which is every 6 weeks. I started off every 4 weeks, then pushed it to 5 weeks. Then my body was able to handle it, so then I'm now at 6 weeks. I do Privigen through IV every 6 weeks for 2 consecutive days, 6 hours each day. So for 12 hours. When I first started, side effects were horrible. I would get treatment Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I would be horrible side effects. Saturday, I would be fine. Now, I get treatment every 6 weeks, and I I've been getting it on Tuesday and Wednesday, and Thursday I'm fine. I'm back at work already. Today is actually March 16th. This month, I started a new treatment that my doctor wanted to add on top of the one that I'm doing now, and I did not react good. During treatment, about an hour in, I started getting itchy on my head. Then all of a sudden, my face started getting really itchy. And I was like, no, there's something going on. And I was laying down and my dad was with me. And my dad was like, are you okay? And I was like, no, I'm just so itchy. And I was scratching my arms. It's making me itchy right now. I was scratching my arms and I'm like, I am not okay. Like, I'm so itchy. Like, this is different. No, I told them, the people at the place that I get my infusion at, and they were like, oh, okay. They stopped it. They gave me Benadryl through IV, and they flushed it, and then they cut the time in half, I guess, for the IV machine thing. They cut the time in half and they put it back on, and they told me, if you feel anything, please let us know. So I was like, okay. I laid down, I started falling asleep again, and I took a weird breath. Not allergic to anything, so I've never had an allergic reaction. But when you have an allergic reaction, you know your ass is having an allergic reaction. I'm laying there like this, looking like an angel, and I take a breath, and it felt so weird. I don't even know how to describe it. How I was describing it was, when you take a breath, but it wasn't like that. It was like, if when, you know, like when you snore, it's kind of weird, but when you snore, you go, it's like a different breath. That's how it felt. And I like immediately jumped up and I sat there, and my dad's like, oh my God, are you okay? And I was like, no. And then I did it again. I took another breath, and it was weird breath. And then all of a sudden, my throat started feeling tingly. And I was like, oh, hell no. I was about to rip the IV out of my arm, but the guy was standing right there. So I was like, Charles! And then he turned around, and I was like, my throat is getting tingly. Take it off. Turn it off. Turn it off. So he turned it off, and he undid the thing. And then they came, and then they started a flush, and then they're like, how do you feel? And I was like, I feel okay now. Like, it was just weird feeling. And then he's like, okay, we're gonna call a doctor. So they called my doctor. My doctor said, give me an IV of fluids, then start it again. And then they're like, okay. So they started it over. So literally the drip was like, drip, drip, drip. Like, that's how slow it was. So I think because they started over and it was really slow, my body was able to tolerate the rest of it up until like 2 minutes before it ended. By this time, my dad had left and my mom had came. So my dad stayed till a certain time, and then my mom came, and then my dad left, and then my mom was there, and then I had fallen asleep, and then I woke up at the normal time that I usually wake up, which is about 1, because I have so much Benadryl in my body that I just want to sleep. So I woke up, I got up, and I'm like, whoa, I'm hot. Like, sweat dripping down, like burning hot, and I'm like, I'm hot. I look over and I see my blood pressure is really high. It's like 198 over like 90 something. And I'm like, that's high. And my mom's like, is it? And I'm like, yes, it is. So I told her, I'm gonna go to the restroom, and then when I come out, I'm gonna tell them that I feel really hot and my blood pressure is high. She's like, okay. I get up, and this is so funny because there at the place, they won't unhook you so you can use the restroom. You have to Either they'll do it for you, but I've been there for a while, so I know. You unplug it from the wall, you throw the cord over the pole, and you walk to the restroom with your IV bag. So I go to the restroom, and as soon as I get in the restroom, I think it's because of the lighting, because where I was at in the room with everybody who's getting an infusion, they had turned the lights off. So it was kind of dark in there. So when I went into the restroom, a bright ass light like this. And I was like, whoa, it's bright in here. And then I go to like pull my thing close to me so I can sit down. And I got like really dizzy all of a sudden and lightheaded. So I just sat down. And then I sat down and I used the restroom. And I got like nauseous, and I was like, dude, I only ate a granola bar. Body, keep it down. If not, I'm gonna be hungry. So I managed to keep it down with some wusa breathing. I kept it down, washed my hands, walked out. After I walked out, I let them know, hey, you know, whatever was going on. They're like, okay, we're gonna go take your vitals. They literally stood there with me. They took my vitals, and then they stood there with me for the rest of the bag to finish. Like for the last like 2-3 minutes of it, they were standing there like, are you okay? Now how do you feel? Are you okay now? Still good? Yeah? Okay. A few days later, I was still getting a rash on my arm. I was really swollen. The next day after it, I was horrible. I had to go to urgent care. They gave me steroids so I can stop swelling. They gave me an EpiPen. Where we're at now, that treatment, the Rituxan, I'm supposed to go back on this 20th for the second part of the treatment, which I'm probably more than likely not gonna do it because I don't want to have to go through everything again. I just wanted to make this video because I did look on YouTube and I did notice there was only one other person who posted a video about her dermato. For the longest time, I was very like iffy about doing stuff, but my mom was like, you need to take it easy, you need to rest. Whoever has an autoimmune disease, I just wanted to make this video and let them know that you can still live a normal life. I go off-roading, I have a boyfriend, I still go to Mexico and party, I still go to bars, I still drink, I go out. I actually just bought tickets to go see Cardi B in August. I just rented an RV with my boyfriend to go to a thing called Noche de Ruta. Like, don't let your autoimmune disease take over your life. Just keep living, stay positive. If you're embarrassed about it, you don't have to tell anybody. It's not their fucking business. I was iffy about making this video. I talked to a few people, and including my best friend. Sorry, I'm trying not to cry again. And I told her, I don't know if I want to make it. Like, I have a lot of people who don't like me, and I could care less that they don't like me, but I just don't want people to be able to throw it in my face, you know? I don't want people to be able to throw it in my face that karma's a bitch, that's why you have that, or anything like that. And I just, for a long time, didn't make this video. But now, I give two fucks. I'm a very funny person. I'm a very confident person. I don't care if you're gonna throw this in my face because you don't like me. I don't care if you're gonna make fun of me because I'm chubby, because before I was a little chubby and then I started getting sick and I was on steroids, and now I'm a little bit more chubby and I have this chin. But you know what? Me vale madre. I don't give a shit. If you're gonna talk shit, you're gonna talk shit regardless. So, oh wow. Don't let anybody get to you. Don't let being sick with a disease be life-changing in a bad way and affect your daily life and affect you having to sacrifice having fun, because it doesn't have to be like that. And I am proof that it doesn't affect if you don't let it. Thank you, and I hope you subscribe. I want to do more videos on YouTube. I just don't know what, because I'm chubby, because I like to eat. I think I want to do videos like trying food places. So if you know any, comment, let me know. Add my Instagram, add my Snapchat, both Jazzy La Chingona, and we'll see where this goes.